Hey guys, HotRod08 here, and tonight I wanted to go over some points as to why I think Rakan is going to be becoming a top tier support champion coming up in patch 8.6. Now, this opinion is based on several different changes that are currently on the PBE server, not just one strong change, but we'll go over every single thing that is going to help Rakan become a better support champion. Now, first and foremost, we're going to be talking about a few buffs that are currently on the PBE server that affect Rakan specifically. So currently, right now, they have that his Q AP ratio, the damage part of it, is going to be increased from 50% to 60%. And then it has his W AP ratio damage increasing from 50% to 70%. That's a pretty good gap right there. And then finally, his E. The range is going to be increased from 600 to 700, and the bonus range with Xayah is going to be lowered from 400 to 300, but it's still going to be the exact same range for Xayah as it is currently. Now, this by itself is going to help Rakan get some damage out. He relatively has low damage in the first place, and especially early in the game, it'll help do some extra damage in the laning phase, especially if you're building some AP on him, because you're going to get a little bit of extra damage for his Q harass, and you're going to get a lot of extra damage when you go in with your W. And then finally, you're going to be able to E to your allies a lot easier with that 100 extra range. Now, you wouldn't think that's a lot, but there are a lot of situations where your ally is running away from you, or you need to jump over a ledge, or you just need to be able to catch up to them faster, and that 100 extra range on that E is really going to help him out. I hope these changes go through from the PBE to actual live servers. We'll see if they do, but we have a few other changes that are really going to help Rakan as well. Now, the next big thing that's going to be coming out in 8.6 is going to be the addition of Shirelia's Reverie, which is going to bring back the passive that increases yours and your allies' movement speed. So what it is specifically is it costs 2100 gold. It's made from a Kindle Gem and an Aether Wisp, plus 450 gold after that. So it gives him 40 AP, which is really nice on Rakan, 200 health, which will add a little bit of durability to him, 10% cooldown reduction, 8% movement speed passively, which is going to be nice. He also needs that movement speed. And then finally, as I said, that active that grants yourself and nearby allies 40% movement speed for 3 seconds. Now, this is really good on Rakan as his W scales off of movement speed, how fast you can initiate. So when you use this active, you can catch up to the enemies pretty fast, and you can really initiate for your team, as well as with your R, you can catch up to enemies faster and get multiple of them before having to go back to your team. So this is going to be a really nice item that's going to be added. I'll be trying to buy either first or second on Rakan, depending on if my team needs that fast initiation or not, and depending on how far we are in the game, if it's still laning phase or if it's starting to get in the mid game. But this is going to be a really good item on him. You should definitely try it out when it comes out on him. And finally, I want to talk about this new rune that's going to be coming out called Chrysalis, and it states, start the game with an extra 60 health. At 4 takedowns, consume that health to gain an adaptive bonus of 9 attack damage or 15 AP. So I think this is going to be really good on Rakan, because that extra 60 health in the laning phase is going to help his survivability a lot. He's relatively squishy, so that is definitely going to make a huge difference on him. And then once you do get to that 4 takedowns, that 15 ability power that you're going to get is going to really scale well with his abilities, especially as we talked about, his damage AP ratios are getting increased, his healing and shielding is already strong, his passive shield is really strong. So that 15 ability power is really going to help him. As well as what line it's going to be going on is going to be replacing your conditioning line. So I would still take conditioning if your enemy has like multiple assassins that are building lethality, or if they have several AP champions that are building magic penetration. You'll still want to have that extra armor and magic resist. But if they don't, then I definitely will be changing that to Chrysalis during those games. So it's going to be a rune that you don't take every single game, but the games that you do take it, it is going to be really helpful on him. So an honorable mention I want to say as well is the slight buff that they gave to the coin line, which is really the only thing you should be buying on Rakan, which is that extra movement speed that you get from Nomad's Medallion. Now, just 10 movement speed isn't that much, but combined with everything else that is being added to Rakan, that movement speed does make a difference on him. So that is also a big help to him that was released, I do believe, last patch. So those are the main changes that are currently lined up in order to help Rakan out. What do you think? Do you think it's going to help him out, become a top tier support, or do you think he's still going to be on the weak side? Comment below, give me your opinion on that. I'd love to hear what you think. Around that, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, I come out with new support-focused content on a weekly basis. I'd love to have you subscribe to this channel, become a part of our family. But rather than that, you guys have a great day today. Thanks much. Bye.